it was obviously sort of an experience of a group of friends who were playing Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Online, and playing in, not necessarily for a public, but playing for themselves in, again, this sort of quite provocative way of breaking out bounds of the video game. And the whole point of sort of, for me, sort of the thing that was really fascinating about what they did was because they understood games, because they understood visual art, because they were comfortable and confident, as they say in their own words, appreciating that beauty, that what that film does and what their journey did and what the images in their story that they told of that did, is that for me, it told me so much more about the materiality of the virtual world of Red Dead Redemption than I think that I'd had an ability to sort of grasp and sort of understand. And so it, for me, was really interesting to see that people playing in this very subversive way actually has the ability to open up for us and show us aspects of the materiality of the work. And so, as you can see sort of in this film, that it's about the NPCs, and it's about sort of trying behaviors over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in a way that you would not normally do. And you just begin to see the sort of what we sort of perhaps take or allow ourselves to suspend our belief that, like, this person's acting like a human, that when it's put in this context and it's repeated over and over, you see the thinking, you see the limitations of the systems, you see the limitations of the game, you see the decisions and sort of perhaps sort of the decisions that the designers have had to make. And I think for me, that was what was really interesting about this work. And for me, that is sort of, again, that connection through to the Grannies, that it's like, this tells you, this isn't just watching sort of someone acting weird and funny. This is telling you something about how that work was made, and it's showing you, it's revealing itself to you in a way that you wouldn't if you were just sort of playing it sort of in the way that it's perhaps sort of intended.
This is actually something, or at least it's touching on something that you wrote about for Acme Online, about the relationship between magic and video games, and how sometimes a trick can be more thrilling and more impressive if you do know a little bit about how it's done.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about constraints, that it's just sort of that there's the quote that I put in the article, which I have the love-hate relationship with, which is by one of the Hauser brothers. It's basically sort of saying, like, that the reason why the game Red Dead Redemption 2 was magical was because people didn't know how it was made, and it was made by elves. And for me, I disagree with it. Like, obviously, that's not to say that my opinion is right or somebody else's is wrong, but for me, I disagreed with it because I just thought, after witnessing what the Grannies had done and the way that they'd played that game, and equally watching the way that Harun had played all of these different games, is that I appreciated those worlds so much more because I understood the constraints, I understood the processes. And when you begin to see that, I think you begin to see the scale of the work that has gone into something. And for me, that can be a really sort of enriching experience.